Good afternoon everyone, and once again welcome back you all to the online classes. And now we are learning about the wastewater story, and in this chapter we have already discussed about what is wastewater and how can we maintain the sewers and the sewerages, and also we have discussed about the treatment of polluted water as well as the wastewater treatment plant. How the water will be again recycled or it will be purified. The wastewater will be purified in the wastewater treatment plants in the city areas and all. You can see the wastewater treatment plants there from all the sources, means from the origin of the wastewater, the many origins like the houses, it may be the houses or it may be the offices or it may be any shops and all. So from all the places the waste will be produced, the wastewater, and that will be again made to move towards the wastewater treatment plant, and there by several methods, by different methods, by using different methods, all kind of waste will be separated and the water will be purified. So that after the purification of water, that water will be released into the water bodies such as rivers and all. So there, when we release these to the water bodies, the natural water bodies, there again if any some impurities will be left over by this all the process. After all, of course the 99% of water will be purified by the wastewater treatment plants, but still if any impurities will be remains. So when we release this the purified water to the water bodies, there by the nature the remaining the impurities will be purified. So see, you might have seen that in some of the water bodies. So on the beds of the water bodies we might have seen the eucalyptus trees, right? Nilgiri mara anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So eucalyptus trees we can see on the river beds and all, and the function of these eucalyptus trees are they can absorb most surplus waste water from the water bodies. If any waste is there, so that all the waste water will be absorbed by these eucalyptus trees, and through the process of transpiration they release a pure water, means in the form of water vapors, or we can say the moisture, right, through the process of transpiration. So likewise these eucalyptus trees, they help in the purification of the water. So likewise the water gets purified and replenishes in this manner. So about this all we have discussed in our previous class, and now in this class we are going to discuss, as a responsible citizen, what are our roles. Okay, so that as a responsible citizen, so we can, what are the possibilities to prevent this wastewater production. So one thing we can do that, we can minimize the production of the wastewater. So if you use the less water or the minimum amount of water which is given by the authority, so how much water a person can use in a day? Yes, it is 50 liters in one day for bathing, for washing, whatever it is, whatever the uses of the water. So a person is given with 50 liters of water minimum. So if you use the 50 liters of water, it is more than enough for us, so that we can use that much amount of water instead of using the more water, or instead of keeping the running taps while brushing or while bathing and all. So stop all such activities and minimize the use of water, so that when you minimize the use of water, in turn it will minimize the production of waste So just you can suggest or you can give the message to the municipalities, or if you are there in the villages, you can inform to the Gram Panchayat members, so that they are there to taking care of all such things. So that this is your duty. So no need to, you only should not repair that. So just you can inform to the higher authorities and they will take care of all these things. So this is what you have to do, being an responsible citizen, right? And now we can discuss the better housekeeping practices. So how can we? Even this also gives the contribution. The better housekeeping practices. Better housekeeping practices. So you all know that the wastewater will be released from the houses also. Yes, from our house, from your house. Okay, so the wastewater, whatever we are using, sometimes we may wash the utensils and by bathing and by the cooking process. So by all these things, we release the wastewater. So you should have, whenever you are releasing the waste, you have to aware that what kind of waste you are throwing in different manners. Okay, for example, if you are disposing some water into the sinks, so if you throw the tea leaves also in the sink, what happen? So it will be again move towards the drainage. The tea leaves means they are the solid waste, so that may be choke the or it may block the paths where the water will flow, or when it deposits, the water gets stagnant and many flies or many organisms can start growing on that, and when these microorganisms start growing on that, they may bring many diseases. So that is what we have to, the better housekeeping practices we should know, and I will suggest you some better housekeeping practices and you have to follow this, because keeping our environment clean is our duty, because we are all living in this environment. If we want our life to be in the hygienic manner, then we have to keep clean our surroundings. At least if you keep your house clean, then your surrounding will be clean. So that practice, you have to adopt some practice, or you have to make this all the practices every day. You can practice this and day by day you will be developed, so that we can prevent the release of wastewater, as well as we can understand what are the importance of these practices. Okay. So the first one, cooking oil and fats should not be thrown down in the drains. The fats and oils. The fats and oils, they should not be thrown down drains. So directly these oils and fats. So when some kitchen waste will be left over, so that is having the oils and fats, because we use the oil for making the food, and also we use ghee. So likewise, when we use all these, so such kitchen waste which is having the fats and oil should not thrown down drains, because what happen when these oils and fats, when they are come in contact with the detergents, or when they are acts with the detergents, they will be hardens and they choke the drains, the path where the water flow. They can choke, the pipes will be there, so that they can block the pipes, so that the water flow will be reduces, and when the water flow will reduces, the wastewater will be started collecting in the same place, so that many flies, mosquitoes, or some of the insects, so which can cause the diseases, they may start growing on that. So that will be adversely, we are only affected by all these things. And then chemicals like pesticides, medicines, and motor oil. This should not be disposed in the drains because these all the chemicals such as paints, solvents, pesticides, or you can say the insecticides, so medicines and the motor oil, they all kill the microbes which are present in the wastewater. So sometimes the many of the microorganisms are useful because they feed on this dead and decaying matter and they will convert it into some useful matter, so that when we throw all this, the chemical substances, because they are having some chemical substances which are harmful to the microbes, which may kill the microbes. For example, the pesticides, the insecticides we use to kill the insects, so that when we dispose such waste into the drains, so many microorganisms are going to be killed, and they are when the microorganisms are killed by all these chemicals, there is no consumption of the dead and decaying matter and they will not turn into some useful matter, so that when the waste is gone depositing again, it will be adversely affect on us. So this should not be thrown. And used tea leaves, solid food remains, used tea leaves and solid food remains, soft toys, and cotton, sanitary towels, etc. These should not be thrown in the dustbin. These all should be thrown in the dustbin instead of throwing directly in the drains, because when we throw these kind of things in the drains, again they may block the path of the water flow. So that always we should any tea leaves or solid food remains, the solid waste if anything, and the soft toys and cotton and the sanitary towels, they all should be thrown in the dustbin but not thrown in the drains. So if we allow them in the drains, so what happen? They minimize the flow of the oxygen. So that when they minimize the flow of oxygen, again it will affect on, it hampers, means it affect on the degradation process. So that we have to practice. These are some better housekeeping practices. So first thing so that we can be lead a healthy life. Okay, and now we can discuss about the sanitation and disease. So before going to learn about this, so I hope you have learned about the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, right? So it was started on 2016. So its aim to make the maintaining the cleanliness throughout the country, right? So we all are practicing some hygienic practices, but still it have to be takes place to become the pollution free, so that we should not throw any waste in the environment, so it can cause many pollutions, right? And also the vermi processing toilets. You might have already learned about the vermi composting. So this is also on the same, the vermi processing toilets. So see here, in this process, the human defecs or the feces or the solid waste which is released by the human, so that will be treated with the worms. That too, especially we can say the type of the worms called the red worms. So those red worms are used here, and these red worms are added to the waste, and they will be decompose it, and again we can use that decomposed waste, the compost which is produced after the when the red worms, when they break down these complex matter, so the useful matter which is converted, that is called the compost, and that we can use as the manure for our fields. So likewise, many hygienic ways we can nowadays, our technologies are developing, so that it will be useful. Here we are not using any chemicals. So the human excreta or the waste will be treated in a hygienic manner here, so that we are not going to use any chemicals, because we know that the chemicals are having some harmful substances. So without chemicals, by only the worms, we are treating the human feces, so that it will be again converted into the useful manure, and that manure we can use for the fields. So there it provides many nutrients for the plants, right? So likewise, the healthy processes you also can apply, right? And the sanitation and disease. Sanitation and disease. So the sanitation, it is referred to the clean and hygienic conditions. So sanitation means it is the clean and hygienic conditions. So since our India is the vast country, like not only the India as well as China, there the population is more, right? So here in our country, it is very common that the human excrete in the open areas, right? The defecates. The human, they defecate in the open areas, and that is not a good practice. So even these can cause the defecation in the open area, that may lead to the growth of many harmful microorganisms, and they can affect the other person with the diseases. So that the defecation in the open areas, it is not at all a healthy practice. So that our government has made many of the facilities because of this, because in the villages and all, every people, they are not So oftenly many celebrations or the fairs will be taking place. So in all that times, the bus stops, the railway stations and many villages, they will be rushed with the people. So in that time, when the people are visit to the toilets of these any kind, means it may be in the train or the railway stations, or it may be in the bus stops. So there they generate the more waste, and that waste will be treated in a proper manner. So again there we can treat it in hygienic manner, and that will be converted into the manure, right? So likewise we apply many hygienic conditions to treat all the waste, right? And even many of the times what happen, the people they release their defecate in the open area or sometimes on the river beds, even sometimes directly into the water bodies. This is the waste, so that the untreated feces or the untreated human excreta is dangerous, because many microorganisms will grow on that, and when the people release directly into the water bodies, so that it will pollute the water. So many animals, many aquatic animals will be living in that water, so it will affect to them, and even many people are using that water, so that it should not be take place. So always the waste should be excreted in a hygienic manner, so that we are having that Sular toilets and all. So we have to use them properly, right? This is what the sanitation and diseases. So by using all this manner, we can get rid of the diseases, because by these many diseases may comes when the water gets polluted, the cholera, typhoid, yes, and also the meningitis and hepatitis, dysentery, polio. So these are all the diseases. So this may be affected by this wastewater. So that we have to prevent all this, right? And the next one, the alternative arrangement for sewage disposal. What are the alternative arrangements we can make? Alternative arrangement for sewage disposal. So see, to dispose the sewage, one common method we can, to improve the sanitation, the low cost on-site sewage disposal systems are nowadays they are developing, and also we can use many different ways also. For example, we can use the septic tanks and also the chemical toilets and vermicomposting. Okay, so likewise we can use different methods. So here in the septic tanks, so first one, so you might have heard about this, the septic tanks. So these are well suited for the offices or the houses, the isolated houses. So for example, in your houses, yours is an isolated house, the separate house, so that you can having the septic tanks in your house, so that when we are constructing the toilets, so different tanks will be made. So they are we can call as the septic tanks. So whatever the excreta will be there, that will be settled in these septic tanks, and due to the action of some microbes and some worms, so this will be feed by that microorganisms, and that will be converted into some useful matter. So that these are what the septic tanks, and even this can be used in the cluster of 4-5 houses. So where the cluster, the 4-5 houses together having the disposal. If all the toilets will be disposal in the same tanks, so in that places we can use the septic tanks in the isolated house or the cluster of 4-5 houses, or in the offices, shops and all. So there we can have this. And the second one is the chemical toilets. And here these chemical toilets are most by the worms. So mostly we are using the red worms here, and then they will be formed into the different manures. So the cakes of manure will be formed by this vermicomposting, and then that manure will be used by us in our fields. So these are some hygienic manner, or these are the alternative arrangement for sewage disposal. And the next one, the sanitation at public places. Sanitation at public places. So we know that already I have explained about this. So India is the large country, and here the more population is there, and oftenly the fairs are also got organized, and when the fairs and these public celebrations and all, there many people will gather, and so when the many people are gathered in the bus stops or in the railway stations and all in the public places, so there they will release the more excreta, more waste will be generated there. So that should be generated in the public places, means many of the toilet facilities are there for in the public places, in the bus stops, in the railway stations, and in the city areas and all. So many of these, means for the excretion of the human waste, so many facilities are there. So we have to use those facilities to excrete the waste. And also, even though the government has provided many facilities, so they are not enforceable by the people. So that awareness should bring in us. So that awareness we have to follow, and to follow these all the rules, we have to advise the people, or we have to suggest to the people, right? So this we have to do. And finally, the conclusion of this chapter is, so who are the producer of the wastewater? Yes, this is us. We are the producers of the wastewater. We are producing the wastewater, and for this disposal of the waste, so government has provided many facilities such as the sewers, drainages and all. Then who are misusing all these? Yes, that is also we only. We are misusing all these facilities. So instead of throwing the waste in the dustbins, directly we are throwing towards the drainages. So here they may block the path. So that should not be happen. And we have to, as we know all the things, how to dispose the waste now. You have learned how to dispose the waste. So that you have to follow this. You have to apply this all the rules in your life. And you can suggest other people also. And you can suggest your family members. You can suggest your neighbors how to dispose the waste. So this all things should be followed by us. So that for this we should not wait for any other person to apply all this. So yourself, you can start. You can become the beginners, and many will follow you. So likewise, you have to practice many hygienic manners to keep your surrounding clean as well as to be healthy. So this is your chapter, the wastewater story, and with this your syllabus will be completed here. So regarding all these chapters,